Assassination Classroom, Season 2, Episode 4. Is that all? And we can turn his passion into actual hard work in a structured and loving way. Payday be like... Oh, he means like actually in Shanghai, of course. 96s, 97s weren't good enough. Where do the extra 3 points go? Have you ever picked up girls? I don't seem to recall that in the show. But there's a lot of you. There's only so much time we can dedicate to each student. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt on this one. Maybe this is the picking up girls episode. That would be great. Oh, he's fitting right in. He's already doing weird stuff. TikTok on the clock. Channel it. Channel it. Oribe. Nah, these two, they're gonna be great friends. We don't gotta expect anything. That's cool. It's cool. That's great. It's amazing. You love to see it. He's a smart kid. He's a passionate kid. It just needs to be channeled into something productive. This is a very hard thing to accomplish, and I can't say I'm good at it. But another one of the endless things I took away from Haikyuu is that in the question of like, should you be optimistic about your chances? Should you assume you're going to succeed? Or should you be pessimistic? Does that make you more accurate? I feel like that's a conversation I've had a few times in my life. The answer is something like, you should think about the game. It's just a task in front of you. Not about your identity, not about how good you are, not about what it'll mean in the narrative of your life if you win. Just doing your best at it. Trying to apply an accuracy value to it is kind of a weird thing to do in the first place because it's future looking and it's something that is unknown. So in that domain, accuracy may be less of a factor and it's more like, what's the thinking that actually gets you to actually do the thing and love doing the thing? Eliminate the pressure of negative thoughts that aren't actually informing useful action. And also I've been thinking a lot about how in belief, there's a split between conscious belief, intellectual belief, and the emergent belief that you demonstrate through action. And I think for endeavors, that's sort of where it counts. Like there's been a couple things I can think of where I actually consciously didn't think or like fully truly believe it was possible, but like my actions kind of were as though I believed that they were possible. And that led to some really cool things. Almost despite myself, if that makes sense. I'm not sure any of these students really believe that they can beat Koro-sensei. And I guess there's stages to it too, where it's like at first, I'm sure I can do it. And then it's like, wow, this is way harder than I thought. It looks impossible. And then there's the next stage, which is like, even though I think that way, I'm acting as though it's possible. I'm going through with it. I'm taking the steps, putting one foot in front of the other. Fourth period, Spinning Time by Kimura. Oh, I got it from his father. There you go. And it was worth something. He's mad because he probably agrees. Oh, we got a CG toy tank. Does it have a smell though? How does it smell? It smells like your father's sadness. But the smell, you can always forget the smell. His back. Yeah, the tentacles aren't doing it. He slows down to light speed. He's giving him space intentionally. Oh, that's so sweet. Risking his life so that Tony can have a moment. The sacrifice, man, it's unreal. The amount of love. He's rooting for the success, which means his own death. Was this kissing class? We're doing kissing class. Oh, that kissing made me hungry. Kissing class is kind of dark. That's been established. Oh, is that what it was? Okay. Can we aim the camera up? We have forgotten about assassination. We are only thinking about our desperation. It's good that we're thinking about the important things in life. You don't need to know. This is on a need-to-know basis. Someone's gotta... It's okay if we're doing it. This is not about assassination at all. Or is it? Wasn't built for stairs. It's dramatic music. Oh man. What are we doing right now? Focus, kids. This reminds me of the movie Love Exposure, also from Japan, by some coincidence. Fun fact for those who've never been to Korea or Japan, phones bought in those countries come with a undisableable shutter sound for taking pictures. Thankfully, I have an American phone, so no problems there. It's crazy to think that Koro Sensei had such high expectations for them, leaving them alone. He expected them to be working on Assassination, but he's going to come back to find that it's so much better than he hoped. This is everything he ever wanted. Well, this is not exactly the picking up girls episode that I wanted. I guess it's the picking up girls episode that I deserve. What's the color of school? What's the color of sadness? We've established this, yeah. They've never worked so hard on anything in their lives. I'm just obligated to say that to cover my ass later. I hope they're not going to make Nagisa put on a dress again. Oh, Nagisa's so nice. He always finds like the sweetest contextualizations of these things. That's our Assassination Classroom. But I mean, it's true. Speaking of positive thinking. They talk to you? That's really alarming. Also, beautiful metaphor. Wow, that's his father. Put a lot of hopes and dreams into him. Then your father loves you, and your father had a business failure. You know, it happens. And I think your perspective changes over time, especially with experience. I think when you're young, or maybe just haven't done anything, you judge it by success or failure. And then the more you try things, the more you start to evaluate things based on the integrity of the person and the effort. You're like, wow, it's really cool that you went for that. You did this whole thing by yourself. You tried something in life. You risked your fortune and poured your blood, sweat, and tears into it. And you believed in your dream. I'm sorry it didn't go well, but it's amazing and it's beautiful and it's humbling. It's tricky because sometimes even people who really care for you, they will be negative about your dreams, but if actually at root is them loving you, what that might be is just them not really understanding or being uncomfortable with things outside of the scope of what they know. Beyond that, if they're the right kind of people and they actually really do love you, and therefore maybe the ones whose opinion it's worth caring about the most, they are going to be proud of you for your attributes, you know, your efforts, your character. They're not going to be the ones to laugh at you for like an outcome of you trying something. In a certain way of thinking, it's the people who matter the least that are most likely to do that, and therefore maybe like deserve the least amount of worry. It's one of basically going through the same realization here, where it's child to father. We're like, actually, my old man is pretty great. And not to downplay like the significance of losing your business and losing your fortune and your home maybe, because that's really rough. But like over time, the assessment kind of changes. Well, you found it, and you're still really young, and that's great. An enemy has appeared. This is a real animal? What is this? It's like an otter ferret. It's a ferret. I don't think it's a threat. I might just want to chew on it a little bit. Oh, chew on it a lot! We've diverted again. Now we're monster hunting. This thing will be severely battle ready by the end of this. Etona 2. It's a metaphor. Damn right. It's just a prototype. I love that they're like really, really going into this idea with him. It's so cool. It's worth some focus. Nagisa always gets me, man. Yes, I believe. Where were you? Alright, no choice but to bring her on board. Bring all of them on board. So this is why you need to say something earlier so you can have deniable plausibility. Plausible deniability. Someone's gonna take the fall. Don't do it to Etona. Imagine they all turned around and blamed Etona. That would have been terrible. Karma missed this one. Just sneaking out. Nice. That's a great feeling. Joint skipping. Awesome. A single thread. And they pan to him. Wait, his name is Justice in English. Like Gami Light? Justice is an awesome name. Yeah, they said Justice in English. Either it's really cool or his parents really wanted him to be a lawyer. There it is. I think that's cool though. You can learn to appreciate that. Speaking of perspectives changing. It's not very just. Yeah, this is another thing that changes with perspective. I think a lot of times parents are in a different world, having graduated from like the inanity of childhood conceptions and trends, and they're 100% right and also 100% wrong because you live in the world where it really matters. But like Boy Named Sue, this is not. I mean, Justice is awesome. I guess it doesn't matter if everyone thinks it's stupid because that's your world. You're the girl who likes books. 7 volumes of books. Guerrero's a cool name. No one gets out of childhood unscathed. Says karma. Lean into it, yeah. That's mature. That's a great point. That's Karasuma for you. More names to remember? Actually, maybe this will make it easier. That's actually a great idea. We're getting more and more like My Hero Academia. Anything that shows you're interested in this. Whatever gets you more invested and active. They keep translating tentacle. It's not like I knew any of their names anyway. Yeah, I know what that is. The Dancist. Wow. President Poverty. These are great. Oh, this is The Dentist. Well, Upskirt Enthusiast was another option. Picture book graduate. Why is he picture book graduate? I also know people in school, either because they didn't like their names, or in one case I can think of, who's my best friend, just sort of wanted to start off fresh with a new identity, made up their own names. And if it's your first year of that school and you commit to it enough, people go with it. You could choose your own name in a way. Oh! Whoa! You did it! This is true, but still encouraging. Great. Forever flat? Oh no. Oh no, she's so sensitive about that. She's a B cup. She's a B cup. B cup's not flat. This manga is amazing. These are not really semi-serious. These are not exactly practical, but they're all great. Dating's an emo character. It fits. It works. This is absurd and amazing. Oh. Yeah, his codename was pre-made, but wait, it's just his real name. You can't do that. Did they do all that just to make him feel better? That's sweet. Also, their memories are impeccable and amazing. Yeah, it's a lot of work. This is all for you, actually. We love you, Justice. But it's not anonymous. Okay. It's so crazy people won't believe it's his real name. Yeah, but now he doesn't want to. It's really cool if you can like fill into it, if you know what I mean. It's gonna be like as cool or as terrible as your own demeanor about it. If you're just the man, Justice is an amplifier on your mystique. People will tremble at your might. If you're like, hi, I'm Justice. Then people are like, that's weird. It's a weird name for a weird person. It's very interesting. It's really touching. I think one of my favorite ideas that's come out of doing these videos, I mean, it's an old idea, the whole finger pointing to the moon, don't focus on the finger and miss the heavenly glory. That's from Enter the Dragon. But the more I think about it, the more I realize just how much that applies to and how great of a focus that is. Something like a mantra or like a coda of belief. There is a bigger essence. There's a higher game. There are layers that go so deep, and none of the layers are trivial. This is sort of the thing I don't like about trying to escape to the ethereal. They're all important, but they're important because they play service to this deep, great thing that is the undercurrent of our lives. Winning is very important because it's what helps us orient the game. The rules are very important. It helps structure ourselves around the game. But it's the game ultimately, right? And even the analogy of a game is a tool of some other greater thing. But this applies in an interesting way because it's not your name, and it's not even anything specific or fixed about your identity. Names also are a tool. They're to give a conceptual reality, an abstraction of your total self, and also just to make it easier for people to refer to you. But we're not confined by a name anymore, that we're confined by a single moment in our lives or any given feeling we're having or anything we tell ourselves about what we can and can't do. It's way bigger and more adaptive than that. But all those things are tools that can be cherished. I mean, it would have been more shocking and more impactful if all their names weren't already ridiculous. Sure, this one also good. Not an octopus, I'm a squid, or whatever. Specs lol. Let's never do it again. Yeah, what does it mean? She's so incensed about this. This feels like a turning point. That's the class's codename. Codename teacher murderers. Oh, you. Is it Karma? Is this the twist? Oh no, it's the other dude. Who looks a lot like Karma. Suspiciously. Yeah, actually, E-Class isn't talking about you at all because you're so forgettable. Because they got some better now. They got a better high. Yes, you made that very clear. Hit me with a teach. That was such non-advice. That reminds me of that meme where it's like, how to draw an owl. First, draw a circle. Then draw the rest of the owl, or whatever it was. First, think about how you want to win, and then win. That's what it means to be a leader. With aptitude. What a non-actionable plan that was. Wow, that was a great episode. Really heartfelt, both parts of it. It's on a single thread weaving a fabric, or whatever it was. Really great metaphor. And I love the doubling down on the try 100 times, when really it could be tried 1,000 times, in each of 1,000 different ways. And his reflection on his father, which is so great. It's such a great thing that can happen as you grow up, and you start to see your parents in a different way. There's stages to it, and it starts off terrible, maybe, because they're falling from gods at first into just basic, simple, flawed humans. That's terrible. But then that gives way to like, wow, they're basic, simple, flawed humans. And they really, really did certain things to the best of their ability. And inevitably they had this great thing about them, or that great thing about them. They had the same chaotic start that I did, and they really formed a thing. They formed these gems of personality, at least in part, and like all their highs and lows and their successes and failures and their terrible moments and their great moments. When you zoom out, it starts to look totally different. And I think that's really when you can start to like love them as people, as opposed to, these giant titans. And then the second part about the name, that was really interesting to me. I think around the ideas of the show, there's a lot about identity. That also is connected to Atono, like I am the strong one, I am the best, but it really is nothing. It's just a word. It's a way to try to escape the actual difficulty in front of you, which is more manageable than he expects. Once he can slow down and sort of allow himself to be a student and be learning instead of already knowing, the pressure is kind of vented. This is getting a little bit too loving for me. It's making me uncomfortable given the, the premise of the show, what will probably be the inevitable conclusion.